Good morning, everybody. This is a video about creating relationships between tables in Microsoft Access. We have a database open here which is about a music shop business. It has 3 tables. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the first table here is about the music shop in general. It has information about the clients of the shop, their names, what they have bought, including what kind of device will be used for the bought item and whether it's in stock and where to order it from. There's a second table then giving further details about the suppliers. It has their name, their address, whether an account is active with them, and there's also information about what kind of devices they supply items for. And there's a third table down here, and this is about the music devices themselves. It includes an ID for each type of device and also a supplier ID for the suppliers who will provide products for this type of device. So multiple tables are created so that data doesn't have to be repeated in one large table. Okay, so you wouldn't want in your music devices table to have to repeat the company name, the address, the air code, whether we have an account active, all of that information for each different device. You just want to put in a supplier ID and then all of this information is just typed in once in the supplier table. So that's why data isn't repeated in one large table. Instead, it's broken down into the different sections, into 3 different tables. But these multiple tables then need to be related to one another to properly be useful. So in order to do this, we create relationships between them. So to create these relationships, you drag fields from one table to another. So the field must be the same in both tables. So for example, the supplier ID field up here and the supplier ID field down here. They are the same field. So it will usually be the primary key in one table. You can see up here it's the primary key in the suppliers table. So I will drag the supplier ID field from the supplier table down here to the music devices table. I'm dragging it over the same field and I'm just letting go. And this box, the Edit Relationships dialog box, appears. So the only thing you need to do in here is click on the Enforce Referential Integrity box here. So what does this mean? This means the computer will check the data for mistakes. So the list of supplier IDs in one table must match the list of supplier IDs in the other table. This means nobody can type an ID in wrong or by accident or just have the ID wrong when they're typing it in. It's an error checking mechanism. Because you can imagine if somebody working in the music shop was typing in music devices and typing in the supplier ID and they typed it in wrong, then when it came to order things, we wouldn't have a corresponding entry over here. We wouldn't have the company name, the address line, we wouldn't know if we had an account, and it would mean our database isn't effective. So it's very important that the computer checks the entries going in these related tables. So if you have an error in your typing in your table, you're not going to get this edit relationship box coming up. When you try and create a relationship, you're going to get an error message. So if that happens to you, just go back to both of your tables and check that you don't have any typos. Check that each supplier ID that you have typed in here corresponds with the supplier ID that you have in your suppliers table here. And once you've checked all of that and you've checked you've no typos, then come back in here to your relationships window and try and create your relationship again, and it should work for you. So you should get this Edit Relationships dialog box opening up. You click on Enforce Referential Integrity and then you click Create. And here's our relationship here. Okay, so once you've ticked the box to create the relationship just appears on the screen. And this is a one-to-many relationship. This symbol for infinity down here means many. So in our example, this means one supplier will supply many devices. but each device will only have one supplier in our example. So each supplier supplies many devices, but each device only has one supplier. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. You will now need to create relationships between these two tables here, your music device table and your music shop, and then also between your music shop table and your suppliers table, so that all three tables are all connected. I hope you found that helpful. See you again. Bye.